as the scientific definition goes. All right. If I recall correctly, last time you cleared out an abbey of some of its bad weed problems.
My
We did
sister's
some
name was
helping.
Abby.
Your what?
My sister's name is Abby.
Oh.
It's really weird that some people are just named after a building.
Yeah.
Although I guess some people
Well,
are
I
called
mean-
Castle.
And also, that would be short for Abigail, probably.
No,
Oh, it's just Abby.
just Abby.
Oh, that ruins me.
Just love how blunt you are. It's like, nah. It's not that deep, man.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, you've done a great and noble deed. Risking
Yeah.
life and limb to take care of weeding services, fighting giant lobsters with paralytic goop.
That was rude.
That was very rude. Well, we're gonna say it's a day later. You got a nice nap after cleaning out the place a little bit so that there's some comfortable living spaces. Because everyone needs a little bit of time to sit down and process what happened. And after that, you can pester the abbot with any questions you got or things you would like. Where are we? Where are we going?
Well, should check in, see, if they're taking care of the old man.
Old man is something that we need to keep track of. We went through a lot to get him here.
Yeah.
I assume he's still in like his knocked out state, but
I'm actually like trying to find specifically this. Gosh, where would I have put them? Oh, there we go. I don't know who thought putting a very dark person with yellowish wings on a brown background was a good idea. Come on, go for blue. Blue's the color you want. Contrast with yellow. Let's see. Oh, they got basically everything you need. Cool. After a night of resting, you find yourself in the presence of the abbot once more. All the crap food on the main table has been pushed aside, and the gentleman that you were with a while ago seems to have somewhat recovered from his current condition, although he is still as disheveled as no efforts have been made to groom him.
Not my job.
Definitely not. He lifts himself from the table and stands tall and proud as you enter. And so you are my saviors, is it?
yes.
Something like that.
We could take that title. We did save you from dying. And fish.
I but scarcely recall quite a period of time.
Which is kind of good, but kind of bad.
Ha.
At the very least, you'd seem to have come to your senses somewhat since last time we spoke.
Most definitely. She has cleared myriad clouds from my mind. Gives me the clarity to speak.
It gives us a question, though. What's your name?
Oh, now you're going to start asking people for their name.
Yeah, I've been wanting to.
Also,
Now he's going to tell us.
didn't we ask and he was all like, blah, madness and...
Yeah, we did ask.
Yeah.
This is true.
Kind of yelled at us like a crazy person.
But she was.
Here we go. His name? Ugh. The original module, I don't think he even had a name. He was just kind of around. And then later they were like, it's Morton Kanan, so we'll go with that. He doesn't exist in this setting, but he sure is. Because I don't know any other famous Galarian wizards, I'm sorry. The one I know that is like in Galarian Africa, and he's also like the first wizard, so he probably wouldn't even be here.
His name is Albert Einstein.
His name? Albert Einstein. Checkmate, atheists.
Eisen Albertstein.
Teacher resigned.
Handsome. Point is, hand wavy gestures at him. Would like to know to what he owes the pleasure.
Uh, I'm Martha Hall. This is my companion Shaska, and
I'm
those
Delilah.
two. Yes.
Crucius.
Quite, ha! Quite a collection of cards, I see. I presume an adventuring troop, or perhaps a mercenary.
Bounty
Good
hunter.
boy. Yeah.
Yes,
So currently just doing some jobs.
so yes to all three.
Hmm. Well, at the very least, you are trustworthy enough that you would save a man in dire need. That puts you well above the stock of the average mercenary who would have simply taken from you what they could.
We've been trying to help as many people as we can. It's generally a good idea.
Not to butt in too much on your business practices, but I assure you that helping people randomly for sport does not, in fact, make for a very contributive mercenary lifestyle.
No, I didn't say we won't fight people.
No, he's like, listen, you gotta ask money first, do favors later.
I ain't arguing with that. I'd like to be paid.
Yes, but we're not here for money this time, Martha.
I mean, we're not here for it, but it doesn't hurt if
Martha.
offered. If offered.
Apple bapple. Well,
Anyways, we're hoping you could provide us with some sort of information about this place. Things seem odd.
odd. Certainly the
I
intense fog and the constant sense of unease speaks for itself, no?
I think my question is like, what beset your madness, if
Ah,
you remember, recall.
it is what we like to call an unfortunate series of consequences, taking place in such rapid succession that even I could not have foreseen the outcome. To put it as blunt as possible, he was dealing with some naughty boys in the local area. He was sent to investigate some disturbances, is what he's going to call it. And in the process of investigating, got caught up in some big boy stuff. He cast a spell that would make his mind devoid of divine and enchanting magics, but magic being magic kind of went haywire because the other guy was doing all kinds of funny business in there, so his brain basically got mega scrambled.
Mm.
It made him too stupid to turn the spell back off again as well.
That explains the fish.
Yes. At least that's how I'm going to interpret a spell with the duration until the next time you make daily preparations would function. Is if you don't know you can turn it off, you don't.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't know that you can just make daily preparations, you're not going to do it.
Yeah, no.
Because I assume it would come in the same way as like preparing spells and stuff. And
No,
if
no,
you
no, no, no.
don't
I think in
know,
Pathfinder 2E you can just keep it on continuously. Like you just whoop that part of magic as it gets sucked out in the process.
right.
Like you top off a generator every day. It never actually
Hmm.
turns off. Point is, he's been in the most battlesome position as a result of all this. Here we go, long
Also,
durations.
I'm not too familiar with magic myself. Is your magic dirt home gonna be okay? Because it exploded when we left.
Here we go. If a spell duration lasts until your next preparations, on the next day you can refrain from preparing a spell in that slot. If you're spontaneous, you immediately expend the slot, and it then continues to go. So yeah, it just keeps on chugging.
Yeah, that
Broom
makes
broom.
sense.
So what did you ask? Because I was looking at something, and that means I can't listen.
No, it's like I don't know too much about magic. Is your magic dirt home gonna be okay? Because it kind of exploded.
How okay would his magnificent mansion be at this point? Ooh. First,
'Cause it did explode.
I
This
gotta
is
see
true.
what kind of building it is. Because what's the duration? 24. Okay, no, that thing is collapsed by now. It's gone. I mean, any contents that weren't part of it are probably somewhere under whatever hole in the ground it's formed, or collapsed section of dirt. But Anyway,
So yeah,
if he can.
sorry about your house.
Anyway, while you appear to be novice mercenaries who are doing good deeds before asking for money, he's polite enough to offer her assistance or services if you require any.
Ooh,
We do. We are actually investigating into the leadership of this area.
not even just leadership. There's also like a whole collection of badness,
Indeed.
including
I may, in a
murderers.
sense, belong to such individuals, for I too have come here for what draws many an eye. There is a seam in this place, a planar seam, as it were, leading to a place of great power and potential evil.
We heard that is in relationship with Strahd.
Ah, it is not necessarily directly affiliated with them, but they are the one who currently exploits this hole of evil.
So would you say Strahd is the one that's pulling the strings, or there's someone pulling his strings from beyond?
From what we get from the data, something is corrupting Strahd.
Yeah, like they did say that they started off fairly normal, so there's definitely something involved in that.
I cannot say. My research has only taken me so far. What I do know is that whoever sits in Ravenloft possesses keen magics of enchanting the mind. It would do well to find some tinfoil hat, as they say. Although I do not think such things would often work. Although a lead helmet will protect you against divination. Although only the head.
Crucius leans over to Delilah. What's tinfoil?
It's mithril.
Yeah, it's a very thin, shiny metal.
This is new to me.
They have it in the big cities. It's fine.
They have it in Absalom. Of course they do. You could buy a fucking TV in Absalom at this point. Can't plug it into the wall, but you got it.
But what services can you provide, to assist?
Well, he's a high enough level wizard that he will gladly provide assistance, as it were, in the final fights.
Ooh, we have a partner.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's,
I mean, he needs to do some stuff. He needs to gather some things, dig out his staff.
yeah, like he's not going to journey with us, but once we light
Is
the
there
beam,
anything we could do to help you with your research?
I am doing no research. I will leave it to you, since you seem the ones most curious to get yourself killed.
Alright,
Well, we'll find you when we prepare to move on.
No worries, I will find you. How could I be a great wizard if I did not know how to find the very people I travel with? Or intend to fight with?
Suppose that makes sense. Magic.
Wavy fingers.
Jazz hands. I'd imagine every wizard in wizarding college learns jazz hands and sparkles and color spray just to confuse people.
that's just what somatic components are.
yeah, Wizarding College is like part theater college, where like every wizard is kind of a theater kid.
Every wizard has the subclass in a bard.
Listen.
It's an elective.
They're not gonna teach you how to get the girls because I don't know if they can really help you on that. Really. Oh no! Oops! All wizards. They'll insist it's the best party composition. Point is, this is a big city slicking wizard who got sent over because someone was pulled up a phone and went like, "No, there's a big hole here and it makes me scared."
Ah, I got this.
It's like, oh, that sounds like a job for magic, and then it
That's-
turned out for when
This sounds like another doctorate to me.
This
Gotta
is
go
doctorate
great on my
number
thesis.
12.
thesis in holes.
Unless you require anything else, he will go and he will be standby with divination to figure out if you have entered the castle yet. And then he'll quickly catch up as fast as he can with his little leggies.
Yeah, it makes sense. So what if we go to the castle but we're not ready to attack. Will you be able to tell that?
He'll use a sending spell to contact you in that case.
Ah,
Yo, bitches, you gonna die.
Gonna message you up.
How you doing,
Okay.
chumps?
Sends a picture of his
Well,
staff.
we should go and do some more investigating then.
yeah. Should our next stop be the hags or the lake? Or
Well, Strahd told us something about a sword.
So the hags would be like all the way over here.
Yeah,
Strahd wants you to go like over here. He also mentioned a tower with some cool stuff over here. And the sword is over here.
Okay, so the sword will definitely be later.
If you want to go and fight a gug, which sounds like a big scary thing, you can do that. Or you can go to a tower and just pick up some things.
do need to go to Galaki so I can buy some bolts. But
Let's go by that tower like Baratok on the way.
okay.
It's like right there.
It's a nice and pleasant morning. You are blessed by the Deva with safe travels.
Yeah.
As Mr. Wizard goes like abracadabra, fly, and flies through the air dramatically before he gets extremely cold from flying up at high altitude in an already cold place, and just goes, and immediately swoops into the trees. I can't imagine that's any better, but hey, leave it to him.
Like, just cast Summon Sweater and it's fine.
Summon Sweater is the most overlooked spell.
Well, it is an 8th level spell slot, so.
If you use a 9th one, you can make it out of your own tears. Thanks, Bob Laponge.
So the third level variant would be eyelashes.
It's so itchy. Ba ba ba. Ba 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 ba. Van Richton's Tower is a tiny peninsula located atop Lake Baratok. The tower itself has a sturdy stone foundation and seems to be in quite the disrepair, as if some large siege had taken place. The walls themselves are marked with many claws as well, and a cart has parked itself politely outside. As in, it's not even on the dirt road, it's like slightly off.
So dark that even my dark vision can't see through it.
Excuse me, that's
This
because I
is
always
advanced darkness.
forget to turn this on.
Ta-da!
Oh, I was going with that SpongeBob joke.
Well, you can get greater darkness if
dark.
you deal with that.
So
Greater dark
still
vision.
on the floor.
So dark that the Glover light turns off.
Also, don't forget to give yourself a hero point.
Oh yes, indeed. One of us always remembers.
It's usually Bella.
I remembered last time.
Yeah,
One day
good
we're
luck
just gonna
now.
go a whole session without bring back the hero point. Then we're just gonna be behind the whole game.
When you arrive at this place, you see that the door has a sign above it. As in, there's a sign that was put over the sign that says Van Richten's.
And underneath, no girls allowed.
Well, shit.
Yeah,
A
damn.
whole part.
Oh, that's gonna be hard.
Never planned for this.
There's
What-
nothing we can do. This is a lawful authority.
What do you wish to do
Cannot enter.
at this fine establishment?
I'm gonna go in.
What's this? Is this a cart?
You walk
It's
up.
our cart.
That's a cart. No,
Remember
that's
we
not your
have-
cart. That's someone else's.
Oh, okay.
Judging by the lack of tracks, it's been here for a while. Walking up to the door, you find that it is a firm metal door set within. A large round plaque adorns it. If you simply want to push open the door, it won't stop you or anything.
Yeah.
I'm just open the door.
You open up the door and hear a ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling in the top of the tower. From all the way up there. Do you have any immediate response to the fact that you just rang a little bell? Or
A
are you
little
just
on
like,
guard.
it's probably just, the making sure that the shopkeeper knows you're coming in.
I mean, I'm a little on guard, but mostly that. And I mean, it's a store, right?
What I want to know is why they wasted time drawing out an incredibly sophisticated schematic on someone's living cart. This is way too much effort for what it's worth.
Jesus.
Look at this.
Oh wow.
They point out all the fucking stuff that's in there.
Ghibli shit.
I don't. Yeah, pretty much. Really, it's like someone really had a lot of time left after. Like, I drew all the art that's important for the game. I guess I'll just draw a fucking schematic on a cart.
That's so nice. There's a chicken.
I have an extra day of work to do to justify.
A giant dragon's head pushes itself outside of one of the top windows. Well, not like huge giant, but it's about easily like a horse size, but bigger, like a big horse.
Like the head is the horse size, or the
Uh,
size of a horse's
Well,
head?
let's just say that you can extrapolate by the size of its head that the rest of it is probably like horse sized, large, effectively, on the higher end of it. Anyone here got any
Hello.
Arcana?
I do.
Pretty sure I did.
I have skill in all of the magics.
I can wing it.
In that case, I'll tell you something general about dragons that most people tend to know. Let's see. Gosh, let me just wiggle my fingers. What's
Yeah, I have points, by the way, in every single type of magic.
small, medium, large?
Except occultism. I forgot I didn't.
Considering that this dragon appears to be horse-sized, most horse-sized dragons are not that old. So it's probably not an ancient worm about to bite you in half.
You mean annihilate us from existence with its spiritual pressure?
Anyway, it's up there and you're down here.
Hello.
I don't think its frightful presence even reaches you. You're just like, oh, hi there. It bellows from up above. Who dares disturb my tower?
We're just visiting.
That's what they said in
Are you
Monopoly,
Van
and then
Richten?
you went to jail anyway.
Damn, you caught me.
Are you Van Richten?
You went to jail because you drew a chance card and it said that you cheated at a beauty contest.
No, they cheated. They said that to make me not win because they knew I would.
I got friend for the beauty contest. What a way to go. Anyway, you were saying?
I was just saying, are you Van Richten?
No.
Oh, well, the sign.
Yeah, the sign says Van Richten. Which means you're probably an
Maybe it's a
intruder as
business
well.
name.
Well,
So, let's see. What's your name? Wait, what color is he?
Blue.
Okay, yeah, he's just blue. It's fine.
Zoinks, Scoobs. You can call him Unocton.
you know,
Yes. He would like to know what brings you to defile this tower.
I mean, shit, we are here to technically defile it.
Yeah.
What
it's
were we
kinda-
told was here again?
Sword.
No, the sword is really far from here.
Oh wait, no.
Sword is in the swampy ruins. You were told that there's some cool stuff here. By Strahd himself.
Which means, yeah, we are probably planning on defiling at least a little bit.
I mean, we could just ask. We can be nice.
Probably gonna make
Yeah.
the table arrangements look a bit messy.
We were just told there were some cool things in this tower by some good authority. Just wanted to come check it out, see what's around.
Ah.
Maybe do some bartering if there's something that is yours that we might like.
There is nothing here of value. All that is, I've taken to my hoard already. You waste your
Yeah.
time on knickknacks and furniture.
Then would you mind if we took a look?
Ha! I did not take this second home so that people could bother me. Blee!
Were you getting bothered a lot at your old home?
Also, it's a nice home.
Also, while
Love
you're
a good family.
talking to the dragon, I'm gonna rummage inside. Well, go inside the cart.
I appreciate that while those dragons have a conversation with you, he just watches one of you go like, "I'm gonna go in this cart. See ya."
It's not the tower. He didn't claim it.
Hey, he didn't say nothing about this cart, my boy. The cart's locked up. Like, there's a lock in place. Person who left this cart behind at least took that basic precaution.
Well,
As
just
if the
so
locks ever stopped Martha Hall.
they've never stopped Martha Hall. So I've got thieves' tools.
Thieves' tools.
Thieves' tools.
Chance time. Ba ba
So
ba 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 ba. But Bella, if you would like, you get to roll me one check. Thievery.
not great, but I mean,
Yeah, that's not gonna cut it.
Bing.
This is an average log, so you're kind of whittling around with it, but no progress. In the meantime, your friends are still talking to a dragon.
Yeah.
You know, maybe. How about whoever here thinks they got the biggest winningest smile? Roll me diplomacy. You politely ask them if you could just take a look around while they sit over there somewhere.
What's your diplomacy at, Delilah?
13.
Oh, you go ahead then. Yours is a little bit better than mine.
I'm a charisma-based class.
Oh, that magic is
Charisma
giving you that
helps me with
sparkling
all.
smile.
So yeah, I'll just go like, so if you've already taken everything of massive value, surely whatever's left is not of your interest. So would you mind us looking around? Eh. Eh.
Not that bad.
Yeah.
Not that bad. You rolled 9.
Yeah. 9 is less than ideal.
Eh. The dragon will let you in, but you have to promise that you never ever come back. And if he sees you again, he'll zap you.
Deal. I don't
Huh?
really think we will be coming back to bother you.
Handsome.
So
We'll
again,
let you know
nice
when we're
home. I
ready.
actually do like the location.
Right by the lake. It's good view.
You watch dragon squirm around, and it squeezes out one of the destroyed sides of the tower, and flaps off into the distance for a bit, sitting in one of the trees, just watching you.
Okay.
They really are like cats that can fly.
Martha, you're still wiggling with this lock.
yup.
Wiggle wiggle.
You gotta keep trying. Go wiggle wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle.
You are one off.
I will hero point to get that extra one.
Click.
Really want to get in that van.
Hey,
Technically, if we were doing this raw, and I think raw is fucking stupid, you have to get 4 successes to get an average lock open.
That is a lot.
Yeah, for
One
some
each tumbler.
for some odd fucking reason, they made the locks really annoying to deal with. Which, knowing the lockpicking lawyer, no, Paizo, that's not how hard locks are. I know that you made weapon cords shit because you're a bunch of fat, pudgy people, but that's not how that works. If you're good at something, things are easy. Anyway, that's my rant for the day. Point is, yeah, you open up the little cabin and are exposed to an incredibly dusty but well decorated interior room.
ooh. I'll just rummage, rummage.
Does anyone have any object? I don't think anyone actually is capable of noticing because everyone's going inside the building.
Yeah,
Well,
we're
we're
actually
trying
not
to-
there, so I can't be upset
What's
about
Sasuke
this.
sniffing at?
Well, Shaska's sent for anything that'd be, you know, that would have a scent that would be useful, I guess. And I'm looking for anything that, has obvious use.
You know what? You get to roll me some perception.
Well, you know me. Oh, wagga. Wah.
Cool.
Or the big eyes.
While you don't need perception to find the loot around the room, you definitely needed it to notice that the front door is trapped. If
Oh.
you had grabbed the interior handle of this cart, you would have caused a chain reaction of alchemist fire to explode, detonating the entire cart. Probably. That's a general's interpretation of what the explosive looks like.
Also, technically, since it was visual, I have a +1 to the. Actually, I think that's already accounted for.
Do not fear. Point is, as I mentioned, while you're looking around, at the very least you're aware of the fact you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do the obvious thing when you leave. Whew. Man, who said being a thief was easy? Let's see, what can you find? There's lots of things in this place. There's a wooden trunk, looks beaten and worn. It's got several weapons in it. Some silvered crossbow bolts, you think?
Ooh,
Like 10 of them, not many.
still like to take those.
There's a narrow wardrobe containing several outfits, including several additional pairs of shoes, mostly for walking. Some wigs, a harlequin mask, Jesus. There's a big old box of tools, which contains tools for creating poisons, treating wounds, disguising oneself, or climbing up places, like a big old spike hit. On the wall hangs a lyre, with its strings made of a soft gold. There's a sculpted wooden cage, as in made magically, which contains some sort of clockwork chicken, and a silver ewer that sits under it holds several rotten eggs.
So this cart has been abandoned for a while.
Yep. There is a tiny wooden box containing some cool terracotta cards all wrapped up in silk and a little string. A set of copper pots and pans. Very nice things. There's some manacles, shovel. There's a wooden chest which contains all kinds of family stuff like perfume, holy water, rope, wooden stake, mirror. You find a tube with some papers in it. Some scrolls, as it were. There's a big old map of Barovia. Although, it looks pretty much the same. And that's about it.
I'll take the scrolls and the holy water and the arrows. And
in the meantime, on the inside, Crucius and Delilah walk into a place that is not lit by anything at all, but due to the fact that the top areas have taken significant damage, some light streams through down here. You can see that there are several boxes in here, large ropes that go from the bottom all the way up to the top floor into the rafters. And there's 4 little men who hold onto ropes of their own.
Huh. I was expecting stairs.
There are no stairs.
I assume the boxes have nothing of interest in them.
If you're interested in repairing this building, they are of great value.
Yeah.
Well, let's go up.
How?
Try climbing the ropes, but this is probably some kind of, elevator-based pulley system. So I'm gonna have a look at the statues, I guess.
Oh, right.
Okay,
Apparently, this thing just works by thought alone. Nice.
Oh.
So, merely by desiring to use or go to a place, you start to hear this loud creaking, and a 5-foot wooden square just slowly creaks its way down.
Oh, that's easier for me. I was gonna fly.
I mean, its presence was keeping the top floor inaccessible.
It's gonna go through a window.
That's very rude of you.
But hey, I'm gonna go on the elevator, I guess.
Yeah, me too.
The both of you squeeze onto the little elevator, and you creak your way back up again. Arriving on the top floor of this fine Gothic structure. The room you are currently in looks like a. Well, the rooms you go through appear to be a laboratory of some kind. Then there is this sort of eating area where someone had pinned up maps which have since been torn apart by exposure. The final floor appears to be a study slash sleeping arrangement. There's a desk. There's a big old little furnace to keep things warm. A bed. All kinds of things. Even a full suit of armor standing near the wall. Ugh. You can put yourself all the way up there, by the way, if you really wanted to. But I won't make you.
Swoosh.
Zwoosh indeed.
Magic abilities.
Once the platform reaches the top floor, it suddenly goes and stops. A wooden seam has been constructed to keep this thing from going too far. A lip. It's called a lip. It's at the top.
I do wonder if you remove the lip, would it just keep going on forever?
Considering that it's attached to the ropes, it probably would go about as far as the top, and then would get stuck.
It's no fun.
Wait.
Well, first things first, I'm gonna look at that suit of armor.
So am I.
Taking a close look, the suit of armor has runes inscribed on every piece.
Can I try to identify them?
They're not magical runes you would put on armor to make armor tougher, like most forms. It appears to be runes of some sort of animation.
Wonder if we could activate this and use it somehow.
I feel like it's more than likely if we try and steal some particular things, it'll animate and try and kill us. Just a hunch.
I mean, if things want to animate and kill you, they usually do so without the command word.
Maybe, well, I assume it would.
Well, maybe there's a command tool or something around here if we could look around.
Also,
Might as
if there's
well.
nothing else to do in the cart, I'm gonna start walking in and try.
Once
Get
you got
back
what,
to
once you took what you wanted, you can leave. Yes.
Yeah.
And the elevator starts creaking to life again on the top floor. So yeah, there you go.
Start rifling through the.
You start rifling through possessions. That's very crude of you, but I'm just gonna wave my fingers this once.
It's what we're here to do.
Just make a mess of things. Just build a nest for the dragon. You find some pretty interesting things. You find this little ball that once you click it on the top, it pops open. I'm gonna show you a picture of what it looks like.
It's a Pokeball.
No, it's whatever this is.
Oh, it's one of those little buddies.
It's a little gentleman. Can do a little sneak for you.
Kind of like him.
You find another set of folded up armor. I'll just show you some more pictures, because why not? The one that's standing up looks like so, and the one that's all folded up, when you unfold it, would look like this.
Well, that's rad.
Yep.
I love it so much. I want to take it with me.
Additionally, you'll find in his desk, on his desk, like on and around it. All right, on and around it. You find some spell drops. You find this weird metal crown. You find a set of gloves. A big old spear that has these large channels carved into it. And you find a fuck ton of notes. Good for reading if you feel like it. They're all in your loot sheet now.
Ooh, spell drops.
The Null
Well,
Crown
George.
and the Hands of Nod. Jesus.
Oh my
Spell
god.
drops will be particularly good for you, Delilah.
The Null Crown is a trap more than a thing you want to wear.
Except for certain things.
Oh,
If you have someone under a mental effect, you put it on them and it breaks it.
Or if
Alright.
you're a class that doesn't really require the stats that are that stupefy
Do
effects.
do note that it would also lower your will save. So,
Oh yeah,
although most will save things are mental based, so
yeah, you'd be immune to those.
it's one of those wow moments.
I mean, it's handy to have in case someone's being mind controlled, or mind affected, like that
Mm.
guy we just rescued.
So it'd be good to put in the bag of holding.
These are
These
What do
clips
those
are
hands do? I
mine.
think it's great.
They allow me to use my lay on hands to spread the healing among creatures within a 15-foot radius.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
none of us can use lay on hands other than you, so
so I shall take the Van Richten notes.
yeah. I was reading those.
Sorry,
That's fine.
Oh. put them back. I think you can do that.
I don't know why that's an item and not like.
I'm gonna put this spear in my bag of holding because it seems like it'll be important, but
Yeah, if we ever meet this Kavan person that we somehow know
I'll
about.
put that in the null crown away.
Considering how old this spear looks and how old this place already looks, probably not alive anymore. Even if he was an
Oh.
elf.
Oh.
Especially if someone owns a spear. Gents indicates someone's dead.
I'll take all these spell drops, I guess. It's on the spellcaster.
Gulp. Tasty treats.
Got a big bag of candies.
Them Jello shots.
Just in case in mid-fight, start chanting shots, shots, shots. And Shaska does a little dance because it's almost their name.
The wobbly little shots. They wiggle in your hands, wigglingly.
Yay.
How does wind up work? Because it is a clockwork machine. Here we go. Winding. What about the DC? Oh, that's... Oh. Oh, that's just hilarious. You can also wind a clockwork thing down. That's just stupid. Anyway. What are we dealing with, kids?
Weapons of that.
Hmm.
Okay.
Well, I want to see if we can activate these clockwork things. It might be helpful if we can get them to help us.
Fully at a rogue with used magic device who can just go abracadabra, alakazam, hootin' tootin'.
Just assumedly at this point, Delilah's like reading through all the notes and stuff.
Sitting on a chair, legs crossed, licking their fingertip as they flip the pages. Nice. Or whatever you do. I don't know what you do with your life. Why does Orichalcum hurt clockwork things? Ah,
Really hard, I guess.
because it has weird temporal properties. I guess it lowers its... I'm like seriously confused about this. Why Orichalcum would hurt them. Whatever,
Interesting
kids.
stuff.
All right, you're reading through the notes. You're just having a lot of look-see. Martha, you're up here now.
I am.
What do you? How do you want to go about figuring out how the hell these runes work out?
I mean, I can give it the old, college try, tapping the odd thing, being like, "Hey, do a thing."
Unfortunately, your aggressive assertions don't work. You come to the
Alright.
realization that if a dragon has been using this as a second home, either they never noticed or they couldn't get it to work themselves. So you're gonna have to try something a bit more intelligent.
Uh,
Well, I have multiple abilities for messing with magic items, like my identification and tricking magic items.
Handsome.
I can wing it.
Yeah, but I have like specific feats for it,
Yeah.
Bella. You can't wing feats.
Not in 2E, unfortunately. Thanks, 2E. Here's my middle finger. Fuck you. I mean, I'm perfectly fine with some things being hidden behind gates, but they gotta be special. They gotta be cool. They gotta make someone go, I spent a feat on something neat. Anyway, let's take a look-see. Cool. You can roll me the highest of, well, the magic identification stats. Arcana, Nature, Religion, and Occultism.
I'm expert in religion.
Well, then maybe that'll work out for you.
Not bad.
With that, you think you know how to activate all three of these little trinkets.
Ooh.
I almost forgot you had a little boy in your hand, too.
I'm gonna try to activate them.
Which one? The little boy, the thick boy, or the skinny boy?
First, I want the little boy.
Cool.
Kind of upsetting.
Hey, we have time to work on them all.
You'll wind them up, clickety clickety click, and then you push something, and it seems to activate. As in, it pops out all of its little parts and stands on them independently. You're pretty sure that you just have to tell it what to do at this point, and it'll do it. Additionally, these things have sufficient wisdom that they can interpret your commands favorably.
Yay.
Okay. So I'm gonna try to get our little entourage all activated. They seem like they'll be helpful.
Yes. Anyway, to be specific, this little thing is a clockwork spy, a tiny little, hard-to-find boober that can record sound for the Gi.
Ooh, I love it.
He's Soundwave. He's a transformer.
The same size as a transformer, too. Just a couple inches. The other is a clockwork soldier, and the last one is a clockwork mage.
Do they have personalities, or are they just basically automatons with some wisdom?
They are mindless constructs for the most part.
They are now my friends.
I mean, there are ways to make constructs, sentient sapiens, but that's on you.
I don't think I would want to curse a living being with that.
Well, technically they're not living, but
Oh, yeah. You know what I meant.
okay. These are now my friends. They will be coming with us.
Okay.
I'm gonna name the little one Scribe unless anyone has any other suggestions.
We'll figure out a name later.
Yeah.
Okay, so we now have some buddies.
Beep boop.
Beep beep boop bop.
Basically, what I learned from reading the notes is apparently Strahd has a weakness to salt, and also electricity has a decent effect, since they're apparently more like sea creature than vampire at this point. And also, they have an ice Oni on their side, which is frightening, but they're very weak to fire.
Yeah, they don't have
has
the normal
information.
stun or water weaknesses.
It's also information about one of the hags, Baba Lasagna, and she's over in Perez. Apparently not completely evil, just kind of a neutral party. And yeah, some other information about different locations.
Thanks for sharing with the class.
Anything about this spear? It seems not happy.
Yeah, it says it used to belong to an ally of Strahd's, and now its owner really hated druids and hags, and apparently if you use the weapon against them, the weapon may be happy, so maybe it will reverse whatever negative effects that it's giving.
Good, we're fighting some hags soon.
Yeah, it'll be something to keep in mind at least.
Who's proficient with spears?
I have proficiency with them.
The simple
I
weapons,
just
I think
specialize
everyone
in
is.
swords.
Okay.
You know, talking about electricity, I do wonder, what if our dragon guy out there would help us out? If we, gave him a reason.
Probably has to be a pretty good reason.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta
he
give a
doesn't
dragon
seem
good
to say.
reason.
I'm gonna go talk to him. I'm going to turn to my trio of friends, and I'm just going to point out you three should accompany my companions, keep an eye on them, make sure they're safe. I'll be back.
What a
I
wacky
could jump
world
out,
we live in.
I could jump out the window.
You just jump
So
out the window and flutter your way down.
Yep.
I guess the rest of us will one by one use the elevator down. It's probably not a good idea to take the constructs with us since they seem like send them on their own. I mean, like, because they're very heavy.
They are very heavy. They're medium creatures plus they're like a lot of bulk. Just drag them or roll them over or whatever.
Anyway,
You're
I'm sure
heavy metal.
if we take our time, then we can get them all down.
Yeet.
Anyway, Crucius's dragon adventure.
Crucius decides to go talk to the dragon, who's like, I don't want to see you guys again.
I wanted to say thank you for letting us look through your place.
They don't need you to say thank you. They would like for you to, you know.
I
The
just had a
deal.
proposition.
Well, fine. You're allowed to utter your proposition before it says no anyway.
Do you have any reason you would want to maybe get rid of the leadership of the country?
I'm just looking over what blue dragons tend to feel like.
They feel scared.
Judging by this, I would actually think that the current situation is actually very interesting, because it's a web of conspiracy. And that's just great.
I just figured I'd ask. You know, might be some stuff in it for you if you wanted it.
Put it out there.
If not, that's fine, and I'll let you be.
I'm just going to take that option. That sounds like the easy one.
Okay. Thank you for listening. I'm gonna go. I know better than to piss off a dragon.
Especially alone.
So I'm gonna head back.
Scoot,
Join
scoot.
up the team.
Just what the dragon say?
He doesn't seem too interested.
What'd you tell him?
Just asked if he had any interest in helping us out with dealing with the current situation. He thinks it's neat.
I just think
Seems
they're
like a
neat.
weird choice.
It's just enjoying being a spectator at the moment.
Just enjoying holding a
Yeah.
potato.
Because they're neat.
Yeah.
So, well, we got some stuff here. We did get some neat things. Strahd wasn't lying for this one.
We didn't have to do anything particularly evil to get it, so you know,
Yeah.
it's a net gain.
Also, there
We
was
didn't
some
do
neat,
anything evil like at all.
there was
Yeah.
some neat stuff in that unlocked cart.
Oh, it was unlocked this whole time?
Yeah, it was just sitting there. Holy water, some silver arrows. There's also some bitchin' clothing. Though, I mean, I got what's necessary, so I wouldn't recommend going inside. Anyway, what do these things do?
Seems they do a lot of stuff, really, whatever we tell them.
My guess is the one that looks like a mage casts spells, and the one that looks like a warrior hits things.
Sounds likely.
That's reasonable.
Well, it's a very good guess at the very least.
Well, let's head down. You said you need to go to Valaki?
Yes, I need to buy some bolts.
Okay, and then after that we
bolts.
can move on to finding these hags.
Yeah.
You make your way over to Falaki. What a nice little journey. You leave the tower knowing that if you ever come back, you're going to have to beat up a dragon for it. What a jerk. The rest of your trip causes you to eventually meet up with a merchant who's also heading to Valaki. Unless you engage with them, they'll just ignore you, as travelers on the road tend to.
I mean, why not talk to the merchants? They always have good knowledge of the city, of the goings on.
I mean, I guess this.
Hail, traveler!
I mean, I guess this merchant would have heard about what happened at the Abbey by now, considering that you've traveled at the same speed of news. He'll tell you everything
He's
about
slower.
developing financial situations around the Varisian area. Some promising new adventuring upstarts found in Sandpoint. Ooh. So if you're looking to sell goods, you're probably going to get them out for a fair price. Out there.
Starts in Sandpoint. Are any of them cute? And maybe cat boys.
Get out of here, you furry squirt squirt with my little water bottle.
Hey, I assume Talon's over there.
You go
Squirt,
to
squirt.
horn jail.
Psh, psh.
But what are their wares?
Oh, this
Traveling
particular merchant deals in speculative trading.
Stock market.
No,
Oh.
they buy goods and sell goods, hoping to fetch a price for the difference. Like, oh, these guys have too much metal, and these guys don't have enough. That kind of speculative
Is there
trading.
anything that you think might be valuable soon that we could possibly have some lying around? Or
Listen,
anything we could invest in?
Barovia is not part of the speculative trading thing. So unless you plan to go on a big trip, like go to a big town, a big important town like Magnamar, and or somewhere. And this is just go to a big town. Don't go to little towns like Valaki and expect to make a lot in speculatives. It's the distance that pays the money. The distance of the needs. Also, it helps to have value. Effectively, this merchant starts to prattle your ears off about that.
Normally talking to people would make things feel shorter. This time it feels so much longer.
That's the downside, ain't it? That's the downside. Talking to the money man.
What do you think about selling this good old Demon's Cut blade?
What?
Well, remember, this is speculative. They're not going to buy it.
They're not going to buy our ornaments.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like Safi said, they're looking into fixing logistical supply problems, like selling tons of
Buying surplus,
tons of
selling
metal.
shortages.
Yeah, or large scale trading. Rather
Bulk
than
trading.
being a pawn shop.
They're not interested in your incredibly high risk, high investiture goods. What if adventuring just stops being a thing tomorrow? There'll be thousands of gold they can never get back.
What
Just-
if gold stops being a thing?
Don't scare this poor merchant, you jerk.
Gonna
His
have
soul leaves his
nightmares.
body.
What if my wife
What's the
suddenly
value?
leaves me because she found out that the gold I take from people is false? No.
It's
Value
just
of
a
gold has
metal.
plummeted
Oh,
to the
no.
value of copper.
What if gold can't replace my lack of personality?
Now that's just sad.
Boy, you do have a delightful chat about the specifics of economics, whether you want to listen to it or not. Unfortunately, your ears can't shut off something that I've learned many times. Holy shit, what an annoying thing we can't do.
I wish that was the power humans had.
Luckily,
That's
you can
good.
follow him straight to the marketplace in Valaki, where you can start wheeling dealing.
You have plenty of money, which I am mostly carrying because bag of holding.
Don't forget to liquidate your assets.
I think what we should get are cloaks for our friends because they kind of stand out.
I mean, I can agree to this. This is a good plan.
Cloak for your hosts.
Because the little guy we can keep,
In a pocket.
It's a pocket buddy.
I mean,
backpack friend.
they're not alive. They're just robots that follow you.
Well, yeah, but
The average person will probably be like, what the fuck is that? But they're not going to raise them. I mean, like, you might get a guard occasionally, but no one's going to start throwing tomatoes at it out of nowhere.
Yeah, you should be fine then.
This is a world with literal demons. I think people are going to prioritize the guy with the horns. Also, you're near Varisia.
So,
which puts you near Old Thassalon, which probably has all kinds of weird. Hmm. I mean, I guess you put him on the leash. Point is,
Well, friends,
other
if you have
evils.
anything you need to sell,
Uh, there's a lot of stuff in my inventory that's kind of taking space. That
Liquidate. Liquidate.
I've got a couple of extra runes lying around.
I should probably use the resilient rune on my leather armor, so I'll give my leather armor resilience.
You spend a day of downtime taking care of that. Okay.
Selling my old scale mail for like a couple gold.
It all adds up.
You never know when
Anything
you're one gold short.
anything anybody would need to buy?
Uh,
You know,
I'm buying like 30 bolts.
yeah, I don't know if we have the money to get me a better weapon or anything. So
We have 145 gold pieces in my bag of holding.
yeah, we'll be fine then. I don't need to.
I
don't
could
think
try
I've
to
got
sell this thing.
I mean, that is pretty powerful, though.
It is. Uh,
Jesus. Taking care of finances. Sell stuff, buy stuff, treat stuff. Shake some hands, make some friends, get rid of those things you never plan to use.
You know what else would be useful on my end? Anything you would want to get, Delilah, while we're here?
I don't think we have enough money, so I'm fine.
Like, what would you want to get?
Just a better weapon than just a regular vanilla dagger.
We have over 150 between us, probably.
Yeah,
I have
it's not
I
enough
have
for any.
10 platinum on me.
Oh yeah, and Bella got platinum.
It's 35 just to get that +1.
Is it? Huh. Could have
I'd
sworn it was
rather
more.
power you up than hold on to the money.
Could always trade those friends you got.
Hmm.
It's 100
Oh.
gold to get a +1 striking.
That would probably be for the best. I mean, just
Actually, speaking of these friends,
They do not
do
beat
they
or
count as armor?
I wouldn't recommend wearing something with those interiors unless you want a recreation of Five Nights at Freddy's.
No, like, I have uh, an armor potency rune. A few of them, actually.
Oh yeah, I have one too.
Yeah, we found a bunch of them. Could I put those on the friends?
I don't see why not.
Hell yes, I'm putting all three of them, one on each.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I might as well just sell my armor potency rune.
You know what? I could say that Clockwork Spy could be someone's familiar if you wanted to.
Delilah, do you want a familiar? I would like to have him, but he would be in too much danger with me.
I mean, I don't think I have familiars.
I
Right.
mean,
No,
you just have
you
them
get
around.
one.
Oh, okay. In that case, I'll take it, I guess.
He could be useful to you.
Get a little
Besides,
blood.
I don't think he can fly.
Also, like, how much are we selling things for?
50% as usual.
Alright, so
Okay, so is anyone taking that little clock boy, spy boy?
Delilah.
Yeah, I'll take him.
I mean, you don't have to be a sorcerer, lady.
I mean, I could take him.
yeah, I
Jesus.
could take it too. Either
No,
way.
you have somebody already.
Yeah, but if I can send things in to record, dialogue, that'd be nice.
So you can subtract 100 so I can make my weapon better.
I will take 100 out of what's in the bag of holding.
So, crucius ore.
I mean, yeah, I'll take it.
You sound like you don't want him.
No, I would like it.
And some. Let's see. Basically be familiar, but it would also inherit some. Oh, I can't give it additional census. That's annoying. I guess they aren't that far with the familiars then. Oh well.
Still not great, but
Hey,
That's
plus 1 striking is still a benefit. And it's
Yeah.
magical, so it gets by some stuff.
Really, 11 perception. Oof. Oh well. It's better than it used. Oh no, it's about as good in some places. Oh,
Okay, I have subtracted the money from my bag of holding.
now we got a little baby boy who you can send off to do things. Scout ahead, and you can also focus and get a mental connection if you really wanted to. You got a clockwork mage whose armor class goes up by 1.
Also, I wonder if I could, craft an additional magazine case.
Probably. Give me a crafting check if you want to give it a real try.
Show me the goods.
That's probably good enough to make another bolt case. Clickety clack. You got yourself another rack. Shove those bolts in there, baby.
Yeah, boy.
Stuff. Hippity hoppity, get off my property.
And how much would be like moderate healing potion? Because I figure. Well, actually, I have 2 on me. Never mind. I'm fine. I forgot I got a couple.
As you wish.
So I'm fine. I'm fine on gear.
Like, so the arrows I might not be using, like the vine arrow, and the sleeping arrow.
If you think it'd be better liquidated, then liquidate it.
Yeah, so it's only like 5 gold each, but it's more gold.
I really love a post I saw on Reddit where someone was like non-fungible items. And the hilarity was, it's like, oh, you own the scroll that says that you own the thing, but you don't actually own the item. Nice and silly.
Yeah, I still remember that one I saw where someone explained it that non-fungible tokens are like someone giving you a receipt saying you own the Mona Lisa, but the actual thing is that you just own the receipt that says you own it.
Yeah, it's I think too many people are on a blockchain high.
They really are.
it's dumb and it's a scam and it's
I mean,
It really is a scam.
pathetic.
That's all there is to it.
it's a scam where you can make money, but you know you can make money with any scam if you try hard enough.
Yeah.
America got this far.
Well, go on for those hags.
Yep.
All right, you take a day, take care of all your goods, rub on those runes, sell off your surplus, and then it's time to scoot loot over to the hags in the bone grinder. Scoot a loot. I did. What the? Are there walls on this map? No. Okay, fine. Good, gotcha. Well, those are no longer relevant. That's no longer relevant. Those are no longer relevant. That's no longer relevant. Cool. Yep.
Also, Delilah, Crucius. What do you think of the spin of having them believe that we were sent by Strahd to kill them? They are technically loitering, and it's more of a passive agreement that they stay there.
Uh,
So using Strahd's name would gain us what?
Well, I mean, it just if if we die, they'll just be pissed off at Strahd, or you know,
I think if we die in the process of this, then what happens
Doesn't
afterwards?
matter that much.
Yeah,
or
isn't that a concern?
we develop an allegiance with the hags to you know usurp the man who wants them dead.
But what about the druids that we made an allegiance with in exchange for killing them?
We tell the druids. Well, we tell the hags to go into hiding, to plot, to uh, to scheme their machinations, and when the time is right, we strike. And then we tell the druids that we believe they're dead.
This plan is too complicated. Too many pieces that could go wrong.
Yeah, this whole thing will just unravel and everyone will turn on us.
All right.
Yeah, I do not feel like having everybody hate us. We only have most of them hating us.
Just figured I'd throw it out there. Just something I was thinking on.
Just a little itty bitty idea.
Keys.
A little shashka-sized idea.
Options.
Alright, well, the bone grinder stands in the distance. An old windmill that looks a bit like a pepper grinder. You know, it's got that bulbous head you twist. The bottom even has that shape to it. It's as if the artist decided to trace over one and said, "This is now an art."
And the top even has the crank.
No, no, no. In some you don't have a crank. It's just the head that is the crank.
Ah,
Yeah, you twist the head.
as I see it, a black screen is that how do?
So, you going to
Well,
walk up to that door and just give it a knock knock, or are you being more aggressive about this?
I can't see.
Goodness,
Yeah, I
every
can't see at
single
all.
time I forget to turn on dim light. Also, you don't have any tokens yet, so
Yay, we can see.
that
Yay.
you can.
Yay.
As I mentioned, the old bone grinder stands at the ready. There are windows on the higher floors if you wish to attack from above and from the side. It's up to you how you're going to handle this.
Terrifiedly is how we're gonna handle this.
So wait, these hags, one of them is the person we know from town, isn't it?
Yeah, assumedly old pie lady is one of the hags.
Who we still have a pie from like a week ago.
Yeah.
It's kind of creepy, Martha.
It's very moldy.
It's magically
Yeah, well,
He's
preserved.
stale.
The magic seals in all the flavor.
Christopher Walken.
Well, hand gestures at the pepper grinder.
What do you think, Martha? How should we approach this?
Well, should we send our little buddy up to explore?
That would be an
Secretly?
idea. At least know where they are.
And see if they can see through windows and, make a little sound if they, come back and make a sound.
A quick
Close
analysis of the building will reveal that it appears that two of the hags are present.
Oh.
Morgantha's probably in town selling her pies.
I don't know how I feel about fighting two hags.
We could send in the little guy to investigate, see if there's anything that can be tactically used.
Yeah, can. I
Or we
suppose.
could wait until there's only one hag in the stone grinder.
On the alternate, we could wait and end up with 3.
Yeah. If we wait too long, Morgantha's probably going to come back.
Fair point.
So.
Do hags kidnap children?
Usually, yeah. Don't know about these ones, but typically that's what hags do. Is there any way of knowing what they're currently up to and like what floor they're on?
Well, there's one at the bottom who seems to be baking things. They're making dough. They're collecting like ingredients. Like there seems to be some chicken coop in there that they have access to, and then they put him in this big old oven.
Well, we're not taking the chicken with us this time.
It's quite an interesting process because they really do like do some abracadabra to make those pies zesty.
I feel like
Alright.
something's up with this whole situation.
We could go in, act as if we've heard pies were being made, and just be like, "Hey, heard you're making and selling pies." And once we're all inside, come in. Which is the sound of us nabbing them.
I'm just gonna have a decent look at the building, I guess, because something's not sitting right with me about this whole situation.
Zoinks, Scoobs. What about the building doesn't sit right with you? Like what's wiggling up your toesies?
I mean, this is all just too normal for a hag, right? It's like just a cute little like bakery that's making nice little pies, and then in a windmill. It's all cute. It just doesn't. Something about that just really.
Where's
makes me
my
uncomfortable.
gothic exterior? Where are my spikes and studs?
No, I mean more like a creepy, rotten, swampy kind of shit is what I'm expecting. But maybe I'm just overthinking it. But
Okay, you
I
know
guess
what?
sooner or later we are going to have to go in there. Otherwise, we're gonna be waiting too long and then get ambushed. So I'm gonna
Should we go?
go.
Hmm?
I'm gonna go with Martha's plan.
Were
of-
there any rumors
Yeah.
of missing children in town?
No.
Hmm.
Not that you know of, but to be fair, you never actually specifically asked if there was anything up with children.
That is
And it's
true.
been a
There were no-
while, so who knows if things have changed or developed or anything.
Yeah, it wasn't really anything we looked into.
Additionally,
I
Morgantha
mean-
seemed like a real stand-up gal, other than the fact that she
I-
complained about a degree all the time.
She does have a degree too.
And she complains about the fact that this is she doesn't need the dang herbology, baby.
Actually, Martha, let us say you want to do that thing you do a lot. Lying, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It is pretty common from you. Perhaps we could try to legitimize our entry by claiming that we are inspecting their business practices.
Oh, good old OSHA. I got that.
I think you're a really bad influence on Crucius.
I mean,
I'm doing this as a means to see if there's any reason we would need to destroy them.
All right.
Crucius needs a valid, reason to,
So you're gonna approach
I don't
yonder
think
door
you
and
will.
knock yonderly.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna give a little triple tap. Be like, "Hello, Mrs."
Shave and a haircut, 5 bits. The door gets answered by the lady who you saw cooking a bit ago. Mercanthum probably is the pretty one between all 3 of them, but despite her blackened visage and large horns, she talks to you with a kind voice. Oh, Hello, dear. You're the nice lady that Morgantha met, isn't it?
Yes, we're currently on you know, a, a mission from the Barovian, food and services bureau, and we we had some reports about the
Routine
pies we
inspection.
made. Yeah, just a little inspection on you know the wares you've been selling.
Dear,
You
you
know,
don't
no,
have to tell any lies about services that don't exist. If you're worried about our pies, you can just come on in and have a look-see. Come in. Steps aside and like beckons with her hand.
One time I ask you to lie, and we don't need to.
this is Shaska. Shaska will be getting close to the food. She's well trained. She's well packed.
As I mentioned, there's like a small little place where they keep some chickens. There's a place where they keep some toads. Seem to be pets, considering that they're not en masse. The room's rather warm, but there is this big brick oven, so. So how may I assuage your fears, dear?
Well, I mean, you know how rumors are when you know people of you know more mature visage, you know, they bring out little concerns that I'm not concerned. I've been a fine friend of Morgantha a few times we've met.
Yes, she's told us
Uh,
all about you.
but
That you're such
that
nice stand-up people who helped her out.
yeah. Would
We
you
do
mind
like helping people.
yeah? Would you mind if we look around a little bit? Just to ease the worries of
Oh, go
you
ahead,
know
dear.
anyone.
Here, I'll go ahead and make you some special cupcakes.
All
This
right.
fanfic.
They like you're just allowed inside if you want to go.
Yeah. Um,
So, could you walk us through the process how you make these? Uh, what is your name, ma'am?
Oh dear, my name is Ophalia Wormwheel.
Okay, Ophalia, wonderful to meet you. So yeah, what is
Yes.
your process for making these?
Oh well, you see, first I go over to this barrel and I take out a good bit of flour and just smack that
Hmm.
down. Then you mix it with a little bit of egg, a little bit of this, and we put in some special spices. Depending on the cupcake we're making, you need the right ingredients. Um, and Morgantha's the one here with the degree, and she's very specific on how this is made. So she will walk you through a very interesting alchemical process.
While
Um,
she's doing that, can I like magically examine the chickens and stuff?
I mean, okay, go ahead. Roll me some magic related stuff, be that arcana, occultism, religion, or nature.
I mean, I just feel like there's something going on.
Those chickens
That
sure
hunt.
are chickens.
and I'd like to
I mean,
check
they
out
have
the
that magical glow, transmutation, but
Oh,
now we
can I
do put a little bit of animal bone in these things, but that's just give it a little extra pep.
We are in a bone grinder. That is part of things here.
No, people just that's old history, old hat stuff that's just stuck around since then. We grind our bones by hand, otherwise you don't get that loving flavor of granny's kisses, I think they call it.
My
can I
grandmother is a goddess of justice. It's kind of weird.
I'm gonna look at the herbs, see if they seem, like normal human time, whatever you eat.
Nature.
Nature.
I just kind of muttered to Crucius. There's something up with the chickens. I don't think they're chickens.
Well, some of these are like conventional herbs you use to spice in season, but some of them are distinctly magical in nature. Though to be
Mm.
fair, those pies are still fresh after a week. It's
Yeah.
possible they're just for preservation
Look,
purposes.
okay, this whole thing she's doing is a song and dance. The pies are made in a factory. Nothing's real. It's
They're
all
bombs.
preservatives. It's like going to fucking McDonald's.
They have a
Uh,
deal with hostess.
But can I try to identify what's being done to these magical things. I have that whole assured identification ability.
Okay. So what do you mean happen to thing magic? Whoops,
So we have the chickens with the transmutation magic.
Yes.
I was trying to see how much I could identify since I actually have specific skills and arcane stuff.
If you get me a critical success, I'll say yes.
Also, I have
Otherwise, it's
arcane.
like
I forgot I have arcane sense.
it's really high-end
I can
magic.
sense magic.
You can sense it, but
Yeah, this is for identification. So this would be
Morgantha
any
has a
of the,
degree.
This would be any of the identification
Yes.
abilities. Okay.
No,
Damn.
you haven't. Listen, shit's magic, all right?
I mean, I am good at telling that much. So for your pies, what do you use for the fillings?
Oh, well, it depends on the circumstances what we decide to use. Morgantha really likes to make fruit pies. I personally am a bit more partial to the savory meats and stylings. You can't go wrong with a good bit of meat, can you? Ooh,
Which,
and
meats
there's
do you
also our
prefer?
darling Bella Sunbeam upstairs. She's a bit more, let's just say that she just likes her pies nice and fatty, and she slaps her very skinny stomach.
Fatty in what way? Does she use like lots of organ meat in it?
Yes,
kidney
and
is
sometimes
pretty common.
sometimes she just uses lard and tallow and over seasons it.
Gross.
Yes, that's why she doesn't get to make the pies all that often.
Fair.
So you see, there's nothing strange about this, really. Nothing any more strange than your average alchemy lab, really.
Alchemy labs are pretty strange. That's why I never learned much of it.
So unless there's any further questions, I do think that your presence is starting to agitate the chickens a little bit. I mean, I would love for you to stay, but at least keep it a little calm with all those spells you're slinging.
Can we
What spells?
go outside then?
If you're detecting magic, you're probably slinging spells around.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can use it as an at-will built-in ability.
That
so
doesn't
yeah.
change the components.
Yeah, I mean,
By necessity, at least.
Well, can we talk then outside as to not, disturb your things?
Of course, dears. That would be
Right.
nice. And she pats one of the little chickens. You would like that, wouldn't you, little Billy? Oh, you're such a silly. You just keep making their legs for me. And the thing just goes, "Buck." I'm a chicken. Buck, buck.
I would question the name Billy for the egg layer, but I've actually met a woman named Billy, so
Ah, yes, Billy Lurk. Wonderful woman. Killed the outsider once.
Oh yeah, I know her. we met once.
People say it's a spoiler, but I'm like, it's in the title, man. You should see it coming.
In fact, I think I met her twice.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah,
so what else can I do to help you darlings feel a little bit better about things? I would hate for one of Morgantha's close friends to feel bad about ordering one of our wonderful pies.
you're in charge of the talks now, Martha.
All right. Well, is there anything you'd like to ask, Crucius? Get to.
You know, there's
Wow,
nothing
way to head that off.
Now I know that you're I know that you're the walking around and doing things type. So if you have a little bit of a high blood pressure, don't worry. We have low salt alternatives for Strahd specifically, but we can make some for you as well.
Strahd does seem like the sort who likes to keep an eye on his blood pressure.
Oh yes, he does. No, he just doesn't like salt very much.
Yeah, I did hear that rumor around town that it's kind of a salt-free diet. You know, it's bad for the blood pressure.
Yes.
So how well do you know Strahd? We've met him a few times. He seems
Oh well, we work for him, of
intense.
course. Why else would we live in the Bone Grinder so close to his silly little castle?
What service do you provide? I just like deliver treats.
Oh, we occasionally make treats, of course, to provide most of the catering. And some additional services that I'm not at liberty to speak about.
Oh,
But I assure you they're perfectly legal. It's just that he prefers I don't tell everyone about it.
Swedish made penis enlarger pump.
Ah, Strahd's such a lovely darling. Known him for many years. Although things have changed over those years a little bit, I guess. It did more ways than one. Anyway, you've any further questions, dear? You do need to keep an eye on my pies, as delightful as this conversation is, lest I burn something.
God, I really do just want to lay everything out on the table and or just confront them, but I don't.
We have
I
no
don't think we have.
evidence.
Yeah, we have no concrete evidence other than just vague feelings and conjecture, but also the fact that we were sent here to kill them.
Yes, but Crucius is iffy about that.
Mm,
Partially since half of the druids have tried to murder us.
But that was
Right.
just their opening conversation. Opening statement.
Well, would you like me to lay your cards on the table?
I mean,
I mean,
what would Martha do?
Well,
or we just retreat. But
yeah, like, if I'm sensing your unease, I may, you know. respect
Ophalia
that.
has like her hands on her sides and a big old smile and a creepy face. She's like, "Are you all right, dears? You're a little quiet and scrumming up so much."
Delilah does not trust them at all, and does not feel comfortable. But
I'm just gonna ask my own question. Do you know any druids?
Now, dear, I'll tell you. I mean, Morgantha knows one druid who lives, who at the very least sells their wares down. All she ever talks about is how that woman is nothing but a hack fraud.
We have met them both, yes.
Other than that, I wouldn't recommend trying to become too friendly with any druid that lives in Barovia. They're all bad stock.
Yeah, we had to deal with a couple of them at a winery a few days back.
Oh dear. You are all right after all that, right? I heard that they're quite persistent on that front.
Oh, we've had some encounters.
I would love it if we could just go back to the old days, but that's just not how things go. You know, everything moves forward.
What were things like in the old days?
Oh, you know, back with Strahd. I mean, back when things were simpler times, easier times. More things weren't the way they are right now. Back when Strahd didn't have a low salt diet.
back when he
Did the years catch up?
In a sense, I guess, if you consider the passage of time to be an aging process.
passage of time, you know. God, I just want to just casually drop everything we know about Strahd, but I mean they know,
They're-
we know. It's,
Listen, dears, if you're going to be coy about the fact that Mrs. Strahd is used to be a vampire, no need to be all coy about it. We're all
How do you
hags
stop?
here.
How do you
Well,
stop being a vampire?
Oh, there's probably ways, but I never minded too much about the vampire part. It's the new management I don't like.
the new management.
Yes, the new management says I can't eat children.
That was the thing.
Okay.
I'm just pulling
That
your
was a
leg,
sudden
darling. It's the first thing everyone asks when they see this face. Do you eat children to get eternal youth? I said, of course not. There's better ways to get it.
So, did you say you like the new management? You don't like the new management?
No! Strahd used to be such a darling back in the day. Now they're all just stiff. And I can't even make my favorite meat pies anymore because they're too salty.
You know,
Yep.
we were looking into maybe.
He always loved my blood pies. Such a darling she was.
Very British.
Bah!
We were curious about maybe returning things to the old management.
I would be quite impressive for a little bunch of hopscotches like yourself.
Is there anything you could tell us about the new ones? Because it might help. Could make
Yeah,
things
the more-
better.
The more we know, the better chance we have of doing anything.
Knowing is half the battle.
I don't really know how much I can let slip from these loose lips before ships start sinking. After all, I do, wink wink, work for him, wink wink.
So if something were to wink wink get in the way of Wink, wink. I'm very bad at this part. This is not in my nature.
Versus you're winking with both eyes.
It's just
Martha,
called
you
blinking.
handle this part.
Like the kind of really hard wink for you.
Crucius is trying to be sly. And
How
just
do you blink with
really
one
bad
eye at a
at it.
time?
Why do you do this?
I wink when Crucius says wink.
So, Martha, you try to ask them to help out.
Alright. Well,
Crucius just mutters right into your ear.
cards on the table. We've been hearing untoward things about, how things have been running lately in good old Barovia, and how the old ways have gone towards a new, fouler ways. And see, Strahd wanted us to kill the druids. I don't know how you'd feel about
Well,
that.
those druids are a bunch of naughty boys and girls. They wanted to destroy the winery of all things. They go great with our pies.
But you see, we thought that they'd be helpful allies in this endeavor that hypothetically we're on. Unfortunately,
Well, if you don't
they
mind
asked
turning
us-
into a tree, I guess they're good allies. But you
yeah,
can't eat pies when you're a tree.
Unfortunately, they set us on a task to prove our loyalties. Now, the issue is, we're not sure of what we want to do in this situation. Because we are tasked with the unfavorable, task.
She squints at you. You were sent to kill us,
Murder-
weren't you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, we were sent to kill the hags of Bone Grinders to save our loyalty. But we're being forthright and honest here. No reason to just draw blades yet.
Yeah, but maybe you weren't as bad as they made you out to be.
Dear, you need to know one thing. I'm not going to say a single positive thing about those druids. Let me be the first person to tell you that individuals have their own personal opinions and will tell you what they know and understand the world to be. She waggles her little finger, and that's what you learn when you're a few centuries old.
And while our task, we could fulfill our task, but there's no reward per se towards this daunting task, as we've heard quite a many rumor of your skill. And what we would love is to gain the trust of the druids while also leaving our good friend, the pie lady.
Mind if I
Yeah.
ask you, what
Morgan.
benefits does that trust get you?
Held
realistic-
against the leadership of whatever the hell is controlling Strahd.
I think it's more. I think the agreement was they just don't destroy the winery.
Yeah, that was kind of all you got.
Yeah, I don't think they.
Like, I
agreed.
think,
Well, and also that
let's
they
put it
would
like this. I
wait.
imagine that after that you could start to negotiate for that, but
Yeah.
additionally, just as like a whisper, now that you're a couple levels higher, it might be that they sent you on this job just so you get yourself killed.
Hmm.
You know, there's
Well,
the
it's
bubble
kind
in the back of
our
your
initial
head.
thought. Now, Ophelia.
Oh dear, no one gets it right. Just call me Leah.
Okay, Leah. Before we continue with the negotiations, those chickens in your place, there's magic on them.
They're
What'd you
lovely
do?
chicken. Of course they're magic. I feed them my special enhancing seeds that they grow nice and strong. And they lay more eggs. That way I need less chickens and can keep in a larger coop.
That just seems efficient.
Yes.
Honestly, I was having some bad juju vibes that things were all like illusions.
Dear,
chickens.
We live right next to Farisia. If I start making children into pies, I have like 1 month before someone comes over to burn the whole place down.
That's valid. That's valid. Sorry.
Also, real
I was
quick,
prejudices.
out of game joke time.
Mhm.
Why do chicken coops only have 2 doors?
No.
I noticed one. But like,
I
If they
don't-
had 4, they'd be chicken sedans.
yeah. Classic.
Got him.
Either way, you can get the same amount of flavor out of veal as you can out of human children.
I
Not to
always
mention,
wondered why people ate children.
listen, the bigger problem is that if you human children are one thing, you got elven children, you got to make sure you don't get half elves. Those are very chewy.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell.
Yes,
See, talk like that makes it really hard to
and then you get a
Yeah.
half orc child, and suddenly all you got is sinew and muscle. Pah!
talk like that. Makes it really hard to be nice, but we're trying to be nice.
Let me give you an offer that at the very least doesn't involve you getting yourself killed, or at the very least starts with you getting what you want. If you can promise us that you have a way to get Strahd out of this one alive, we'll help you, no matter what it is. She waves her finger
Wow.
at you like an old granny, like her son, like you dummies.
Well, technically, Mordenkainen wants to help us with the same thing, which is the bigger target. Strahd isn't the objective right now.
And honestly,
And if he wasn't a bad guy before, that aligns with my goal of making sure the leadership here is the best it can be.
Now, before we go on, I do want to reiterate something important that you need to know. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
We never
yet.
talked about this.
No, it's like, hey, listen, there's a reason I need help with Strahd.
and she's kind of shackled here.
Thank you, Delilah.
Wants a little bit more freedom.
At least she understands. As it stands, you're going to have to kick Strahd's booty until he's a corpse. Unless you
I-
find some way to fix things.
I mean, ideally, if we free him from whatever's controlling him, he's going to be kind of pissed, and then we'll have an ally towards whatever we're fighting.
If I may give some advice, there's a hag that lives over in Berez. She can help you with all kinds of things. She's I'm pretty sure she could teach Morgantha a few things. A master alchemist makes all kinds of fancy things. I'm pretty sure that woman's created a few artifacts that roam around Galaria nowadays.
Double doctorate.
Yes!
Oh yeah, I read about her earlier.
Shh.
Baba Lasagna.
I'm pretty sure she's old enough to have seen Starfall with her own eyes. Point is, she might be able to give you some tips and tricks, or get you something that can clear that old man's head. The problem is she doesn't want to talk to us, she doesn't want to talk to Strahd, she calls them all a bunch of lamos, with all the hip young kid talk.
Oh,
She's old, but she keeps up with the lingo.
How do you
I'm
do,
young,
fellow
I don't.
lamos?
she skateboards. She's real cool.
I'm Baba L, here to coming right at ya.
Check me out on SoundCloud.
That's what I'd recommend, at least.
It
And
does seem like a credible lead.
She just doesn't trust us after the whole, salt business.
Yeah.
Creatures of the Dark Tapestry tend to have that effect.
and if we were to go against Strahd to help Strahd, would you be able to assist us in this manner?
If you
would
have-
rather-
She rubs her head after she mentioned that Dark Tapestry stuff. If you have something that can get Strahd out from under the negotiations that have taken place since, and I think it's good enough, and Magantha thinks it's good enough, we'll help you out. We'll be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's enough for us.
As it stands, they work for Strahd. Strahd works for the hell sewer demon thing. If we break that top connection, then they're free to help attack the thing at top. So,
Or if we just have a way to attack the thing at top without attacking Strahd, any direction.
Yeah.
Also,
Okay.
since we're outside, can I check if there's anyone watching us?
Yeah, I was gonna start doing that next.
So, there's no one physically around watching you? But that niggle in the back of your head.
there's always something cosmically watching us.
Well, it's more that, again, you're starting to build that resistance. Hell, Crucius has been able to keep it away for a bit now. But whenever you start to do anything too interesting, You know, like Strahd, whenever he shows up around the corner, but imagine it's a cosmic horror that's doing it. And-
So,
and-
so it doesn't feel like the trees are.
no, it's not like the trees. It's just like this thing
It's
is.
like reality is looking at
In case you
us.
forgot, again, Ravenloft is apparently built or near an incredible source of immense power. It's like, yeah, man, who needs trees?
And as was said by Mordenkainen, there's basically a rend in reality.
Also, I imagine that
Alright.
if the druids took over, the trees would in fact become evil almost instantaneously.
All right,
And-
Crucius, I'm gonna put my hand on her shoulder. Be like, I'm gonna help you out now. These hags were too powerful for us. We fought them. We barely made it out alive. We cannot do it. Okay?
I can punch you in the face if you want to make it more convincing.
I
If
mean,
anyone was going to be punched in the face, it'd be both of you.
Oh, that's fair.
Why you making such a
My
big
last
deal about all
several
this?
fights, I was the one who made it out.
I
Just
mean,
light those tree bastards on fire already!
Look, we'll run into them again anyway.
yeah, we just need an explanation to why you guys are still alive. We tried. We failed. We barely made it out.
If you want to, I can give you some good scars to take with you.
Look, we'll probably
Really?
have to fight the druids anyway at this rate. We'll burn that bridge when it attacks us.
Yeah.
As long as you
It'll
stay
be
away from Yester Hill, you should be fine.
Well, we run into people aligned with them, but we have another hag to go see, and a sword to go find.
Oh well. Not to hoist you by your own petards, but I'm gonna do something, just so everyone can see it, because those notes are readily available.
Fucking meteor just strikes us.
No, it's a
yeah,
big old bunch of notes, and it might be useful if everyone
Oh,
else
von
gives it a look.
Richton's. Yeah, I was reading most of those.
Yeah.
Lady Hag is like, if you require any assistance, I can help you in a way that isn't immediately contradicting to what's going on right now. Wink, wink, touch, touch.
What would you have in mind?
I don't know what you need. You're adventurers. You tend to have a lot of things. I've offered people service, and they went, "Oh, we already have that." And I go like, "Oh, great. Then tell me what you want already, instead of just making me guess. I don't want to play 20 questions about things I can do. You want a chicken? Here you go.
What do you know about the Amber Temple?
What do you mean about? Well,
We found some notes that talked about it. I don't know anything about the place.
I know a few things about it. It used to be some sort of temple. Gosh, that's been years ago. Centuries even. It used to be used as a temple site by, well, cultists and powerful wizards. I think a lich lived there at some point. Maybe still around.
Ooh,
Well, it doesn't matter if that lich is still around. What matters is that it's a place of immense power. Supposedly you can make bargains with powerful entities from the great beyond or something. I don't really know. I don't go there at all anymore. It's been taken over recently by brutes, barbarians, and I think some weird wizard people live there now. Not to mention it's like way out of the way. Also, I think Strahd became a vampire there. Made a dark bargain for something. I forgot what it was. But Strahd always makes dark bargains. That's how he got into this mess.
That sounds interesting.
Mm-hmm. Now that I think about it, if you're going to visit Baba Lysaga, odds are that she's going to request some sort of personal effect of Strahd or something. That's usually how those kinds of witch magics work. So you might be going there anyway.
I don't think
Oh.
we have any personal effects of Strahd.
But I'm not...
What-
I'm willing to tell you what I know, but I'm talking about something practical, like maybe put an extra spring in your step.
Can you assist in weaponry or improvements to them as such?
What are you thinking of specifically? You want to make it fire? Burn the force down?
I wonder if there's any way to bring a further enchantment into a weapon.
What do you mean further enchantment?
I don't know. I got
Well, she specifically, what she mentions burning is like, hey, you want me to put the flaming enhancement on your weapon for free?
I will take that on my sword. I will be an angel of wrath.
Yeah, she will, for each of you once, give you a weapon that's flaming because you're dealing with a lot of burny guys, so here, fucking go for it.
Well, that
Yeah,
sounds handy.
I'll take fire on my silver sword.
make a note somewhere that these are not runes. These are like she physically forces magic into your weapon. So you can't use a rune stone to get. You can get rid of it, and it occupies a rune slot, but you can't transfer it or anything. It's just stuck in there now. But yes, you can totally get a cool fire weapon.
Yeah, this is way more than I was expecting, and I am taking this.
Good. By the way, is your cart pulled by a horse or anything?
I assumed a horse.
Yeah, I assume we have at least one horse with us.
Oh, give me a moment. I'm gonna see if I can fetch these things. Here we go. She comes back after a little bit with a set of horseshoes and like this bag of feed. Morgantha used to go by horse to town, but recently she said that she's getting too chubby and she wants to go for walks nowadays. Here, you put these on your horse, it'll go a bit faster. Make it a bit stronger. She'll carry all of you on that stupid little cart of yours. And you give it this, and well, let's just say that it's a healthier meal than whatever you're giving it right now. Same I give to the chickens, actually.
Good, I have added the rune to my sword.
Effectively, it's some
Well,
horseshoe. It's some horseshoes of speed for your pulley horses,
Nice.
and
Oh.
added on top is some special feed that just gives a little extra endurance and strength.
Also, I give Shaska a little whistle. Shaska gets up on her, back legs and just looks up at Ophelia. Woof.
She wants pets.
Does she want pets from those bony claw hands? I mean, sure enough, she's like, oh, we would love a little doggo. Morgantha did tell me that you had a cute pup with you, but this one's a bit bigger.
Oh yeah, she got a little beefy on her travels, and yeah, she
Oh, this poor little pup looks like he's been in too much trouble lately. You poor little thing.
she's handled her own, pretty well. She's kind of an MVP of our party. Well,
Oh,
her.
What?
Oh, I mean, do you put more value in yourself over my puppy?
Well,
I'm not even answering this.
I have a little something for us. You're such a pretty little pup.
More.
She goes inside and comes outside and has this petrified little flower that she puts in the puppo's ear in the hair of the pup,
Aw.
and it basically gives your puppo an extra +1 to con while they wear it.
Yay!
Tough pop. Tough pop.
Also, it looks cute.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does. Alright.
There you go, little doggy. That should keep you safe. Especially with all these fire weapons going around. Don't get your fur burned. Also, technically, you can affix horseshoes of speed to a dog. It doesn't. It's like it can be a horse, but you can also use it on an animal companion of any kind, which I personally just find fucking hilarious. I got shoes, baby, clickety clackety. Well, you go have fun, darlings. I need to go. My pies! You kept me just.
Oh, God.
They're probably fine, but I prefer to keep things safe. Morgantha's gonna yell at me if I.
Tell her hi for us. We gotta get moving.
You have fun, darlings. Don't forget to be careful with the old hag. She's way too old to have patience for you goobers if you don't do it well. Which is a polite way of saying, remember that something that's super ancient and powerful probably doesn't care too much.
Yeah, I remember she used power. Tried to use power kill on us once.
Oh, I'm not even gonna give her a stat block. The most unkillable of enemies.
Oh, that's how bad. Oh God, now I'm having flashbacks to Jedi Fallen Order.
It's more you're dealing with something that is so powerful and ancient. It's probably not even gonna bother fighting you if it comes down to it. It's just like, oh great, I got ants. Guess I gotta move again or put out an ant trap.
Dizzy, have you ever played the Jedi Fallen Order game?
No.
There's a moment at the end where you encounter Vader, and he
Oh.
pulls out his lightsaber. He's like, "You would be wise to surrender." And your character looks up for a moment at something, but in your head you can always see him looking up and not seeing a health bar. And he's just like, "Yeah, probably."
Yeah, good call.
Never stat your gods if you don't want to get killed. If you want to
Did
get
you
killed,
just
give them
stack Cthulhu?
well, I mean, to be fair, technically they stat a Cthulhu and call a Cthulhu, but holy shit, you're punching up, bucko. You're punching up.
Gotta work for it.
You gotta get up.
Every-
You gotta get an extra big rifle.
Well, ever since Old Man Henderson killed one of the Elder Gods.
Like I'm thinking of like a standard like musket, but it's so big that you hold it like a cannon under your arm. You hold the trigger with your whole hand. Anyway, where are you guys going next? I'll put you there, and then next time we'll start from there.
Well, we'll probably head. What's closer, this other hag or the sword thing we're talking about?
The sword was technically buried in Berez, right? Like in a swampy place.
Oh yeah. So they'd be
So,
on the way.
Yeah, we're heading to Perez anyway.
Yeah, so we can go look for the sword and then go talk to Baba Lasagna.
To be specific, we're going to say that you traveled over there, and oh, you know, it'll be probably afternoon since your horse is faster now.
You know, Dizzy, I was going to get the punt gun.
Punt. Oh yeah, that'll do. Come on, Cthulhu. I've got a whole line of these guys.
Yeah. Look at how big that gun is.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking of. I know, little man Cthulhu. Just like God
There's
said.
also
The quadro
Barrels
gun.
equals more good.
Fucking point is, let's get to the XP section. By the way, you can apply a property room by just going to the editing page and then going to apply it. Don't forget to invest in your equipment if you got it, because it don't work otherwise. Let's see. You get 200 points for going to Van Richton's tower. You can give yourself another 50 for not killing the dragon.
yay.
Yay.
I mean, you could have totally killed that dragon. He's a little baby. You just put.
Oh yeah, he sounded like it.
Totally just give him a left, give him a right. You know, the monk style money you have. Additionally, you can give yourself another 200 because you spoke to the hags. You know what? You can give yourself another 50. Primarily because you decided not to kill them, and I was totally convinced you were going to, and I could not stop you.
Would have you been able to?
I mean, it's a... Let me actually... I think it's like the highest acceptable level of difficulty without Morgantha there. However,
Yeah.
they're night hags, so and you have like the fiend thing, I think.
I do have the fiend thing.
They're fiends. Yeah, they fall under that. And I think that night
I'm
hags
glad I
aren't
didn't know that.
night hags aren't that dangerous. I think they're actually like they're more utility lore enemies meant to be big boss fights than they are meant to be actual good fighters. Let's see. Let me actually look at her stats because I didn't. Let's take a look at your stats there, Miss Ophelia Wormwriggle.
Oh man,
Oh.
imagine if Crucius ping, fiend ping.
Okay, well,
went on.
we're just gonna. I forgot they have like a whole bunch of shit going on.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at the. Oh,
Well, wait,
I love it when you. I love rolling crits and the crits is lower than a base attack.
God.
But yeah, like they don't have any. They hit hard, but they don't have any too interesting auxiliary things. Oh, they have spell ambush. Holy. Okay, never mind. That'll fuck you up real good. Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah.
That being said, they have only a couple of spells, really. They're really about getting into your dreams and stealing your children more than they are about fighting adventures on the daily. They got minions for that. They're supposed to have minions. Usually they have things like ogres and crap. You know, big tough guys who stand there and they go like, "Yeah, I'm a hag. I have friends. They like me." And it's like, "I don't like you." It's like, "Eh."
Yeah. Usually.
I don't actually like you at all. Yeah.
Something.
You can say what you want, but I know you like me deep down inside. Let's see. This
I know you're just being tsundere about this.
hags are 80 experience a pop. Your budget is 160 extreme for 4 party members. You only have 3. You do have your extra boys, and you have a 1 level 9 clockwork wizard, so who knows? It would still be big ouchies. You could do it,
Yeah.
but it would hurt. It would help if you had a 4th party member.
Sorry.
You do, though. I just need to keep remembering myself that you technically have a 4th person you can call upon if you want to. It's that bird lady.
Wait. Oh yeah, she can come and help us if we need her.
But we keep forgetting.
I
it's
keep forgetting.
technically- Yeah, well, I forgot too. So I think we're even.
Yeah, so I think with her, it would be tough. It would be a fight where people go down and someone might die, but other than that, you could do it.
Yeah, would have been like probably one of the roughest fights I've had.
To be fair,
It
we
would be
had some
about as
pretty-
rough as the average 5e party who decides to do it at level 3.
Yeah.
3 hags, we can take that.
Yeah, no, you can't. You probably can't take one hag.
And the one hag just stands there going like, man, I'm kind of sick and tired of all these babies coming over. Like, I know we're next to Adventureland, but you think like a tough guy would show up and I actually get to do something. It just like flicks him in the forehead.
Flicks him in the forehead, like 45 damage.
Stop crying, Adventure. I'm the one who's depressed. You're not even a child. I can't even make a pie out of you. Wee.
They keep telling me not to eat babies, but here they come straight to my door.
That's such a savage burn. Oh. That's 50 mental damage right here in the heart.
Okay. I do have one more gun thing that I wanted to show for how stupid it is.
Fucking blow me out of the water, baby.
Okay. So, bullets. Bullets can be pretty big, right?
Maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. So, let me show you roughly how big a 50 caliber bullet is. Because there's actually a bigger one now that some guy made for some reason that you can buy.
Just to prove.
Man, that revolver's hilarious.
I love that revolver.
That's not a bullet. That's a what? That's a forearm.
The 577 T-Rex Magnum.
If you're hunting
that is Bill's
T-Rexes,
best friend.
you
I
want
gotta put down a T-Rex.
you want the appropriate
for
bullet.
comparison, that is a normal bullet.
I like that the actual pellet, the bullet part, is bigger than the whole fucking casing.
When you just want to say fuck you and fuck your entire house.
But you know what the best part is? I have a video of people firing this,
Oh Christ.
and you're gonna love this. You don't have to watch all this, but
Holy! He almost knocked himself out.
Jesus Christ.
I think he's just crawling. Oh, did he shatter? Did he fucking bust the glass up? Holy shit! And now he's sitting down. Honestly, the only way this video can end is someone's arm literally just gets blown off. I like that they
that
dropped the
would
gun.
dislocate your entire arm. God.
It's like trying to hold
yeah,
on
go
to a
the one at,
rhinoceros.
like a minute 5, and you'll see how it goes for most people.
There he is, Miss. Oh, there he goes. Poor guy did a
That's
sick flip.
recoil.
Poor guy. Oh well.
Probably fucking rocket jump with the recoil on that thing.
Yeah, I like how none of them can hold on to it. Just
Yeah.
when this is what happens when you try to shoot a goddamn gun.
The last two.
It's
The
a
gun
magic
is
trick.
running away.
It's a fucking magic trick.
Also, Zephyr.
Yeah.
How would I add the flower to Chaska's
I already did it.
inventory?
I already did. I changed Shachka's little stats and everything. I'll just add a little line to him.
Okay.
Also, because of the massive recoil and inability to hold on to it, the 577 is considered so pointless because you could never actually use it.
It's pointless. That is the
Uh,
best way to describe a fucking weapon.
It was designed to be able to stop things like rhinos charging you head on. But there's no evidence that even if you could hit with it, that it would be more useful than a lower caliber gun. And if you don't hit properly, it will just piss off whatever you hit.
Listen, I don't normally like animals getting hurt, but I'm very curious what would happen if you shot a meat thing with this.
If you shot a meat thing that was weak to it, like not huge game,
Liquefaction, I got you.
but if you shot hilariously, if you're going like against a water buffalo, like a Cape buffalo, right?
Big man.
And you shot a Cape buffalo that was charging you
Yeah.
in like the forehead, it would ricochet off.
How?
The horns and skull for a Cape buffalo are so dense that unless you're using legitimate armor piercers, they actually stop bullets.
If anyone ever fucking shows up at my games and goes, my gun should penetrate that natural armor, I say, motherfucker, you could shoot a buffalo with a cannon and it'll be fine.
Cape buffalo are terrifying.
They are! They ricochet bullets with their head!
Oh, and they also can.
That's the last place you want a fucking bullet!
Oh, and don't worry, there's also the varmint grenade.
I remember Red Letter Media watching a video about shooting varmints. They censored everything.
So, this here is a hollow point round.
Huh.
So, a hollow point round.
Yeah.
Is illegal to use in war.
Fuck.
Yeah, they actually are
Because it
against the
fragments,
Geneva
right?
Conventions.
Yeah,
They flatten and cause kinetic damage instead of piercing. These things are designed that when they go into something, they don't just fragment, they actually shatter into basically vapor. These were designed to shoot squirrels and other small animals that have skins you might want to sell. What it does is it goes inside and just...
Imagine swallowing a million microscopic razor blades.
Wait, actually, hollow point rounds were banned before the Geneva Conventions and the Hague Convention.
This shit scares me, and I don't want it around. Big stamp. And then later guys were like, yep, still think that. Stamp.
Also,
Luckily, the U.S. signed neither agreement. They can use them at will.
Yep.
And just to fuck with people, they'll launch a hollow point nuclear bomb. Whatever that means.
I think there are a lot of bombs that kind of focus on tiny shrapnel like that. So
This bomb explodes. It'll launch razor sharp
also that giant-ass
radioactive.
gun. Here's how the punt gun fires.
I don't
yeah,
even.
punk gun.
Well, that's
I
some
hope
pretty
it's
good
Strahd,
shots.
man. Oh. Wow.
It gets the punt gun in about 25 seconds.
Holy, that's a cannon, man. That's not a gun.
Pretty sure it's meant for hunting ducks, isn't
I-
It is for ducks.
I fucking love that the wall is just gone.
That thing is meant to hunt ducks, Safi.
Listen. Ducks are tiny and they're all over the place. If you just shoot this anywhere, you just hit some ducks somewhere.
Yeah, they were actually outlawed because you could kill entire flocks with one shot.
Yeah.
Isn't it because of the shockwave?
Kind of both, because you were firing like 5 pounds of birdshot. It was gonna hit a lot of things.
Yeah. It's when you don't want to aim, you just want to fire in the general direction.
When you're
of what
feeling
you
lazy
kill.
and you just want to sit down and hold the trigger. Kind of like you jostle it around a little bit and go, I'll just hit something.
Okay, and I just got showed this.
Ah.
The final boss of hockey.
General Kenobi.
To make a fine addition to my collection. Also,
That's-
someday we'll kill some boss. Isn't there-
Yeah, I
that
like
big
how.
hit.
Hey, but there's one big thing here.
Hmm.
I think we're doing Strahd in a way that most people don't, because we're like setting up an end game team up.
The big crossover event.
Doing that cool thing that shows do, where they have like everyone you've ever met turns up to help.
Also, if you wanted to fight a big boss, you could have gone to the place where Strahd told you to go with the big scary man.
Yeah, but Strahd's a weenie.
Good idea. A weenie that, by the way, is level 10. Would have been one hell of a boss, but hey.
Maybe later.
Maybe when you're feeling a little peppier. For now, you got a hag to visit. You might be going to some temple. I don't know what you guys are up to.
Find.
Next time. I gotta go to the toilet, so I'm gonna call it here.
Yeah,
Call
I gotta
Whoopi.
go to bed.
Babu.
Yeah.
Enjoy bed.
Babu.